Have you ever had those moments where you're trying to Google some random childhood memory of a piece of media and ended up diving into the deep web? A memory that if someone just told you you'd dreamt of, you just shrug and move on? On Digging for Gems, I dig down deep inside the core recesses of everyone's childhood memories to unearth those games you played, things that you aren't really sure are games or not, until now. On this first ever debut episode, we're going to look at Makai Kingdom, or Phantom Kingdom in Japan, a strategy RPG developed by Nipponichi Software and featuring a wonderful, beautiful man and his many other wonderful and beautiful demon comrades. The main character is Zeta, and he is ridiculously overpowered, as are other main characters in the game. It has a strange but unique touch, though, that surprisingly makes sense. You're not just a 14-year-old heir of your dead dad's entire kingdom, on his way to take revenge and expertly defeat many seasoned fighters in the process. No. You're the overlord of your own netherworld, with the coolest heir ever, and you're friends with a conjoined triplet that acts as a god in multiple dimensions. Makai Kingdom is a strange gem. Upon first glance, there seems to be nothing especially intriguing about it. Yes, perhaps there are some nice-looking characters on the front, maybe it is an SRPG unique enough to pique your interest. But among the sea of other similar titles like Disgaea, Fire Emblem, Valkyria Chronicles, Wargroove, and even Pokemon Conquest, one is to wonder, what in the world makes this worth your time to look at? Strategy RPGs are perhaps one of the most difficult genres to balance and create correctly. The mechanics have to be engaging but restraining enough as to not be overwhelming, characters realistic to get invested in, and the story engaging enough to make you want to play an hour-long map 3 times, among many other hidden gears and levers. And that's why, when it comes out right, it comes out wonderfully. I'm not saying Makai Kingdom is perfection, but why else would I categorize this as a hidden gem if it didn't have some degree of polish and excellence? Starting off, we find ourselves in the presence of Zeta, as demon overlord who has just taken his final steps to reach this tome that was prophesied to end his entire world. Before he can get there, though, he faces Raiden, a strange being sent to stop him. Then the tutorial starts, or not, depending on your patience and sense of humor, and this gives us a wonderful introduction to the main mechanics of the game. First, of course, we learn how to control our character who, based on their stats, can move inside a designated circle and then attack opponents. These attacks range from basic slashes to world-ending hurricanes, and are displayed in a fun little isometric 3D model to decide which foes receive the Reign of Terror. Not only does this introduce us to the mechanics of weapons, movement, and the special skills that sets the tone for the game. Tone is necessary in media, books, movies, even comics, to establish expectations for the viewer. I argue it's just as important here. Zeta uses Zodiac, a giant whirlwind slash, and this establishes that, yeah, this world is probably a little crazy, destructive, and even satirical, something that Nipponichi is famous for. After this tutorial, Zeta finds his way to the tome and tries to destroy it, but in the process becoming the book itself, then floating off in an endless void until confronted by Pram. I'll admit, it was a good laugh, and the voice acting makes it even better.
Oh, it's you. Hello, Pram.
Hello? Who were you expecting? You're the one who summoned me here.
Oh, right.
So, you're looking literary today. Walk me through your makeover, page by page.
And that is where I'll leave you off for the story, at least for now. I assure you the rest of it is written incredibly well, featuring a cast of colorful, if exaggerated, characters. They don't feel exactly real, but in a world of space princesses and book people, it contributes to the small and charming world inside of Makai Kingdom. Now let's start on the gameplay, which is only the tip of the iceberg. Nipponichi is known for stuffing a lot of mechanics into their games, but I'll try to explain this the best that I can. First off, each story character has their own unique class that can perform their own special skills, which tie to their weapons and even personalities, which are always fun to watch. Other than that, there are many different recruitable classes with different weapon styles and purposes. Each class is flexible and customizable in comparison to other more popular strategy RPGs. You're able to name your characters, min-max their starting stats, and as they grow they level up and gain more special skills to use in battle. The characters may be more generic than other more serious games, but I really appreciate the flexibility which allows anyone to go through with the game as they please. Challenges are easily applied, and with the toolbox the game provides you, you can truly play how you want, and as many times as you want without it becoming stale. Fire mages only? Just equip your gals with some armor to raise their res and sweep through fields like a wall of blowtorches. In NIS's signature series, Disgaea, the customization is a bit more accessible and even more flexible, but Makai stands on its own as still being great in that aspect. Most statistical features even seem natural here. The world building is pretty great. For an example, when you create a character, you can bind its soul to an object to add stat growth bonuses. The weapons all feel in-world, even the wacky ones, and the character design is excellent as well. Nothing really ever is enough to break you out of the experience. Every minute I played, I was either focused on the next move I made, smiling at the dialogue.
How will you compensate us for the trouble we've gone through to help?
Money, babes, alcohol!
Or pumping my fist in glory after clearing a difficult stage. One downside is the gameplay isn't that revolutionary, but it's enough to keep you engaged and tightening the thinking cap over your head. Not to mention, the art is gorgeous and the voice acting is wonderful for a title on the PlayStation 2, something that I find Nipponichi famous for. Since it is an older title, the UI and presentation can feel dated at times, but it shouldn't stop you from having an enjoyable experience. I think it's time to close this tome on Makai Kingdom for now. Sorry, Zeta. Once again, I praise NIS for making a title that contributes the perfect amount of satire, charm, and immersive wonder that sets apart its studio from the rest of its older, war-roughed strategy siblings.